Hello everyone, thank you for joining us on this special program. We're looking at the development strides of the Central African Republic with the support of her development partners. Focus on the agro-industrial sector, a sector with a lot of potentials, a sector receiving a significant push from a multi-million-dollar industrial conglomerate, Mahasakthi Group, and its chairman and managing director, Rajkumar, is our guest today. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir.
Right, this is your first time visiting Africa.
Yes.
And of course, the Central African Republic.
Yes.
You've been here for some days now. You've met with some Central Africans, including some top authorities like the President of the Republic and some ministers. You had a meal also. Can you tell us your perception of this country?
Central African Republic is a great country with a lot of potentials and with a lot of natural resources. I'm extremely pleased to meet the Honorable President of the country along with his cabinet colleagues, and I had a very, very useful discussion with them, and I'm also extremely happy on their hospitality provided to me and my team. And today I had a very, very fruitful discussion with His Excellency the President of the Central African Republic and his entire cabinet colleagues.
Right. So the Central African Republic is described as the place where God hid his treasures, making reference there to the huge economic potentials of the country. What is your assessment of the country's potentials that attracted you to come and invest here, and more particularly in the agro-industrial sector?
Mahasakthi Group has been in the agro industry since 1950s, and we have the expertise in sugar production, and cassava is also similar to sugar production. We really thought Central African Republic has the real climate similar to India and all the potentials for growing sugarcane, which can be a big boon to the country. As such, the agro industry, like India has developed only because of the agro industries. Any country to move forward needs agro-based industry, whereby it supports the economy and the farmers and the people, and it doubles the income of the farming community, thereby the economy improves and the whole country improves.
Now, Mahasakthi Group has a robust market presence across multiple industrial sectors, including the textile sector, poultry, real estate, renewable energy, and others. But you've chosen to invest in the Central African Republic in the cultivation and transformation of sugarcane and cassava. Give us an understanding of this choice.
To be very honest, the entire African nations are deficit in sugar production, and sugar as such has got tremendous potential in the entire African continent. For example, when we cultivate the sugarcane, what happens to Central African Republic is that mostly close to 5,000 people will get employment in both the sugar and cassava industry directly. Indirectly, you will have 20,000 people getting indirect employment opportunities. And also for the farmers, around 2,000 to 3,000 farmers will be directly benefited, and around 15,000 farmers will be indirectly benefited. Thereby what happens is the economy grows, the farmers get good income, and this cultivation brings in stability. Cassava again is a staple food crop for the country, and three different activities in sugar happens. One is the sugar production, number two is the power generation. We are planning a 60 megawatt cogeneration power out of the sugar production and cassava production. And thirdly, you also have ethanol, which is very, very important today for the whole planet because it's a very, very clean energy.
And you're visiting the Central African Republic for the signing of a partnership agreement, which is described as a strategic partnership agreement with the government of the Central African Republic. Tell us about this agreement.
Yes. In fact, our team visited Central African Republic around 6 months back, and they made assessments, visited the farms and fields, and they also visited the Sugarcane Institute over here, and they stayed here for more than a week and went around. See, basically this partnership is going to give a great thrust for both our group and for the country. and this can lead other investments to come into the country, because we are getting into this country with $1 billion investment, which can be of a great help for the Central African Republic, and we are getting all support from the government for going forward.
Now, about the financial package, what is the monetary value of this project? Or in other words, how much are you investing? How much is your company investing in this project?
The total investment over a period will be close to $1 billion. 1 billion American US dollars will be the amount of investment which the company will be bringing into the country over a period of time. It will come in stages. For example, when we implement cassava and when we implement sugar, on phases it will be a $1 billion investment into the country.
$1 billion investment. Now, still about the investment. Can you tell us, is it just your company that's bringing in the money, or how will
it will be a combination of debt, it will be a combination of fundraising, and it will be with the Mahasakthi strength, we will be able to raise the money to bring into the country.
All right, so can you give us some estimates of expected value creation, wealth creation, job creation that should come out of this project?
The wealth creation will be great for the country, because any asset created for any nation, it is the nation's asset. When I say when you have an ultra modern sugar factory, you are going to have a great asset to the nation. When you have the cassava and the gas production and the power, it's going to be a great asset to the nation. Number two, the farmers are organized. Today, tomorrow, you will have the microfinances coming inside along with the sugar factory, which will guarantee the microfinances for the farmers. So the farmers' livelihood will go up. And when I mean when you have 5,000 direct jobs, you are going to have 5,000 employment directly into the company, and 20,000 jobs is like the trucks carrying various materials out of the factories, the spare parts and other things which are coming into the country. You will have close to around 20,000 indirect jobs, both in cassava and in sugar. And thereby, when the investment of $1 billion, when it moves into the country in stages, it also creates great wealth. And unlike other sectors, this sector is going to serve the nation. It's not like something is being taken away from the nation. It's here which is being brought into the nation, and an asset is created for this. Apart from this, today when we met His Excellency, the President of Central African Republic, we are also told that when we do this, we will also be bringing in an agricultural college to train the local people and get the local students study BSc agriculture, which the Mahasakthi group will also be supporting.
All right. Now let's talk about the execution of the project. Give us the timeline and how it will be done.
Basically, what we will be doing is immediately we have invited the ministers to visit India by end of May, for them to come there to see the sugar factories and other production of power, sugarcane production and electricity production, for them to see for themselves. And probably our team will move in by early July over here for the assessment and other things. I think for the first 4 or 5 months, the investments will start coming inside step by step, because first we'll assess the lands, and second the land development will start, third the factory development will start, and fourth the equipments will move inside, and it's going to come one by one.
How much of local labor force are you going to use, especially in the transformation part of the project?
I think immediately 30 to 40% will be from local. As we train, we plan to take them up to 75-80% of the local labor. Ultimately, the local labor and the local people have to have the opportunity of working in this project.
Are you also thinking and working in the perspective of transfer of technology? You mentioned training, right?
Yes, we will see. A very good advantage is that the Mahasakthi group and the Shakti group has got a lot of colleges in India. Today in India, close to 30,000 students study in all our colleges. We have from schools, engineering colleges, arts and science colleges, agriculture colleges, polytechnics. So that will be a great advantage for the students of Central African Republic also to get trained over here and there. So the technology transfer will be very easy.
right? Africa First Holdings, Afriland First Holdings, played an important role for us to get to this point. Tell us about your collaboration with Afriland First Holdings.
Yeah, Afriland First Bank Chairman Dr. Fokam is a great friend of us. And Dr. Fokam University and our Kumaraguru University are working together already in Cameroon. And we envisage to bring the same system into Central African Republic. Dr. Fokam is known to all of us for more than 10 years. And he has visited Coimbatore and we have visited all our factories and he knows us. He's a great friend. I'm so happy that he was instrumental in bringing us into Central African Republic.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks.
Right, that's it for now. Thank you so much for staying with us.